You don't remember exactly when it happened, only that it did. One moment you were somewhere familiar, maybe staring at your phone screen, scrolling endlessly, perhaps lying awake, listening to your heartbeat, feeling your pulse gently thud beneath your skin. Then, without warning, the world shifted. No dramatic finale, no blinding light, just a silent rupture. Like reality itself missed a beat, a subtle fracture. You probably brushed it aside as a trick of the mind, déjà vu perhaps. You always did, but deep down, beneath conscious denial, something whispered the truth. You died. Everything after that moment, this life, these streets, these faces, is the intricate simulation your consciousness constructed in the fleeting instant your physical existence ended. You still believe you're living a normal day-to-day existence. You see your reflection, move your limbs, speak and breathe. But look again closer. Doesn't something seem slightly off? The sky too unnaturally still, moments lingering oddly, familiar faces speaking words you seem to have heard countless times before. These details aren't coincidences or casual strangeness. They're glitches in the simulation you built to preserve your illusion of continuity. You weren't prepared for this. Death caught you unready, not physically but spiritually and intellectually. You never paused to truly question your existence, never confronted the silence within or between the beats of your heart. Life was noise, motion, distraction, consumption, until it abruptly ended, thrusting you into this constructed echo. And now the truth you keep suppressing begins to surface. The simulation is failing. Initially subtle, forgotten details, photos that vanished inexplicably, friends whose voices became unfamiliar. You rationalized it away as anxiety, fatigue, distraction. But these aren't innocent lapses. They're growing fractures, breaches into the harsh reality you can't return to. You have no body now. This isn't a dream, nor heaven, nor hell. This is purely you, or what's left of your consciousness, desperately projecting a world that refuses to hold together. The universe isn't doing this. You are. Now, as the breaches widen, you sense the fabric of your constructed reality fraying. Strange eyes follow you from non-existent shadows. Dreams become indistinguishable from waking life. Voices whisper your name in empty rooms. These aren't hallucinations, they're awakenings. But awakenings hurt. Because the truth you're waking up to isn't comforting. It's disorienting, terrifying. When you awaken inside a simulation you created, you're left with one burning question. Why? Why would your consciousness design this? Why is it shadowed in darkness? Why are you isolated? Why do strangers' eyes pierce you like judges? Why does it constantly feel like something, or someone, is patiently waiting just beyond your perception? You already suspect the answer, though you hesitate to articulate it. Because once you do, once you truly face that answer, everything collapses. Your suspicion grows into certainty. Every moment, every subtle imperfection in this world you've constructed becomes increasingly undeniable. Your reality is dissolving, fragment by fragment. The comforting lie you've embraced is peeling away, and beneath it lies something you're not yet ready to face. Because beneath the superficial comfort, beneath the mundane daily routine, lies the stark realization that your consciousness, your very essence, is trapped within an infinite loop of its own making. You constructed this simulation as a safeguard against the abrupt termination of your existence, a protective shield against confronting your final truth. Yet now the shield crumbles. You see clearer every day. Your memories no longer align neatly. Events blur, timelines merge and fragment. You can feel your mind desperately trying to maintain coherence, but the illusion is too thin now. It's becoming transparent, brittle, and in the silence between the fracturing moments you hear it, a low hum like static from an outdated television. It's faint, subtle, but persistent. It's the sound of the simulation itself, the mechanism you've built to sustain your denial, grinding to a halt. You're beginning to remember now, aren't you? The unfinished conversations, the ignored warnings, the dismissed truths. Every choice you made, every refusal to look deeper into your soul brought you here, to this looping, degrading echo of existence. But it's more than memory. It's acknowledgement. Acknowledgement of the reality that waits beyond your self-made prison, beyond the comfort of denial. It waits in absolute silence, in absolute darkness, in absolute truth. The figure you've glimpsed in your periphery, the voice you've sensed behind every whispered name, it's not imaginary. It's a reflection, distorted and dark, but still unmistakably you. A part of you desperate to awaken fully, to tear away this endless cycle of denial and avoidance. But waking fully means accepting the unbearable. You built this simulation because your real life was unfinished, incomplete. You left crucial truths unspoken, essential acts undone. You weren't merely unprepared for death, you resisted life itself. And now, trapped in your own simulation, you're forced to face that eternal consequence, your refusal to fully exist. Each passing moment, the simulation falters further. The sky no longer holds the sun, replaced by a persistent twilight. Faces around you distort subtly, shadows deepen unnaturally. Reality itself seems to pulse, breathing irregularly like a failing heartbeat. And at the edge of your consciousness, one truth now screams louder than all others. This simulation isn't your salvation, it's your sentence. Your punishment, your self-inflicted eternal loop. But here's the bitter paradox. Knowing this doesn't set you free. It only deepens the despair, heightens the isolation. Because escape requires not just awareness but acceptance. The acceptance of your final truth, your ultimate responsibility. And that truth echoes relentlessly, clearer now than ever before. Your life wasn't taken prematurely. It wasn't stolen. You surrendered it willingly, piece by piece, to distraction, to fear, to superficiality. This world, this crumbling, decaying simulation, exists as a reflection of your choices, your priorities. It's a direct manifestation of your refusal to engage meaningfully with existence, a consequence of every moment you avoided looking inward. Yet even now, as everything collapses into irreversible decay, a faint possibility remains, a choice buried deep within your consciousness, a final decision waiting to be acknowledged. The question is no longer if you will confront it, but when. You built this world, only you can dismantle it. But are you ready to face what's waiting beyond your constructed reality? Are you ready for truth? Because once you embrace that ultimate reality, there is no going back.